is there other stuff that you feel like you would like to work on, but perhaps you are so connected or affected by all these issues that you feel like this is all your output is? Like, do you feel limited by dunya ke halat in terms of your art output?
Mm,
Is that even
Honestly,
something you've thought of?
no, I mean, I think it's valid to ask, but I think if you think of like even if you look at feminism, it doesn't just mean women's rights, right? Like feminism is just like a lens to look at the world in which it's a very
Sure.
critical lens.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I gravitate towards it because it's always looking at what exists and being like, but why does it exist like that? So I think there'll never be a point where feminists will be happy, because the nature of it, like they're like that's the nature. It's a very critical it's a framework and that kind of covers everything like climate change ko bhi aap le lo, you will have
Mm-hmm.
perspective on it because हमेशा there'll be things that it's like कभी एक level पे नहीं चीजें चल रही होती हैं. So there's always like there'll be race, there'll be class, there'll be gender, there'll be like like there'll be so many. I mean, these identity markers, but there'll always be like a complexity to an issue. So I think if I think of myself, I'm like always drawn to these subjects. So I don't think I'm already putting myself in a box. But if I look at like the commissioned work I get, I think abvo because I'm known for like oh I
Yeah.
make women stories, so मुझे काम भी वो वाला मिलता है,
Yeah.
which is just fine for me because honestly, boy, I really enjoy it and now I'm getting paid for it. So I'm
Sure.
very happy to have found this niche, but I'm not. But I'm happy to also talk about like refugee rights or like race relations or like yeah, Germany में 2 साल से racism has been like the biggest topic of conversation here. People with a यहाँ इनको immigrants नहीं कहते, people with a migrant background कहते हैं. So उनका अलग मस. So I think this is just who I am as a human being. I just
Right.
am drawn to like kind of
Huh.
understand how human beings are. But I think the pandemic was pretty rough because I think I am a sensitive person and I I had imagined like this almost zombie apocalypse in my mind, like sitting in Lahore. So I was really genuinely so freaked out. We don't have the infrastructure, hospitals. I did like I was sitting doing the math, ventilators, kitne, oh my God, and I think I just burnt myself out in worry. And uske baad I was like, I cannot live like this. This is not a healthy way to even work because I'd step out and everybody would be so chilled out, and I'm like, "Mujhe kya
Yeah.
masla?"
Yeah.
So I think this fellowship was also a way to like remove myself and
Hmm.
like think of another way of doing it. So I was like, I'm just going to draw flowers now. So
That's
if
what
you
I
look
was thinking. Ke,
like मैंने एक्चुअली काफी आई थिंक 2-3 सालों से कोई टॉपिकल चीज पे इलस्ट्रेशन नहीं बनाई.
right.
I
Okay.
haven't done it on like a rape that just happened or a murder that
Yeah.
just happened because I was really doing that like as they were coming. I was so affected. I would sit and the way the art comes is you have to sit with those feelings
Hmm. Hmm.
deeply comfortable, but that's how it's real. Like that's where that kind of real emotion and real
Yeah.
art
Yeah. Yeah.
come from. I couldn't like just skip it and be like, okay, like I'm just gonna draw like a girl crying. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I just never want to draw women crying or in or any violent image because there's also a weird sick thrill people get from seeing women in trouble, and I just
Yeah.
don't want to add to that visual vocabulary. So it is like it would be like, okay, what do I want to say? It is something terrible, but I don't want to we be like, hi, like this victim, blah, blah, blah type of narrative either. But I think I've exhausted my brain now. So I was like, it's okay if I just draw flowers and take commissioned work, which is still fine. And now there's a whole new generation of younger people who are interested in this. So I think I felt like shuru mein I would almost feel like this burden ke I must say something. But now I'm like, no, it's not like this is not just ke main baith ke kuch. I think it was also coming from a naive place. I'm going to change the world, and then you grow up and you're like, oh, uh, but there are plenty of other people to take that on. Like there are other people drawing, there are
Hmm.
other people writing. आपको गुस्सा नहीं आ रहा किसी और को गुस्सा. It's maybe there. That's that emotional labor to write that stuff down. So there'll always be somebody who will put in that energy. So kabhi kabhi main unke, I'll just ask them, can I just copy what you said, because I don't have the bandwidth right now. And they're usually very nice about it, and they'll be like, huh. But I think I deliberately have taken a step back from it, because like it just never ends. Like, the
Yeah.
crisis is